What is the craziest thing you've done while being horny? If you enjoy the video, please subscribe. Comment your stories down below. This random lady at the lake wanted to suck me and I let her. She wasn't pretty or anything. No lie, it was one of the best sucks I ever got. She told me to come back to that spot every Friday and she would blow me every time, but I never went back. I wanted to. She complimented my willy size and even said I have good tasting juices. I've never told anyone about it. I got tested after just in case. I guess she just gets off on anonymous hookups. Craziest? Try stupidest. I was FWB with a woman a few years back. She lived 60 miles away from me and I had a terrible old van. She talked up what she was gonna do to me if I drove to her. I used the last of my money on gas, drove down to her and we had fun all day. That part was great, the drive back, not so much. I got a flat on the freeway on the drive home. I forgot my spare too. One day was wonderful, the next was terrible. Never drove that distance for fun times again. Could be worse. A former friend of mine spent $1,000 on multiple dances from an adult video guest appearing at a strip club and didn't even have fun with her, oral or anything. Just lap dances and kissing. He made like $40K a year at the time, so it's not like he has money, lol. Always wondered if he regretted it after. I blew the better part of a whole paycheck on an adult video actress on stage once. It was actually an auction, and the winner got to get on stage with her for a full set in a kiddie pool full of suds. They started the auction, and this bunch of cheap asses were saying like $10 and shit. I was almost totally gone drunk and noticed her face on stage, just looking more and more sad. I got pissed, rolled over to the DJ booth, he was the auctioneer, took his mic and hollered, $800 and ain't none of you bitches has enough hair on your ass to beat me. Her face lit up, they shut up, I got to frolic in some warm soapy water with a hottie for about 20 minutes. Didn't get laid, but the look on her face was worth it. Had some awesome Polaroids of it that got lost in a move. Regrets? Not even a fart particle of regret. I doubt your buddy has any either. Matched with a woman on MySpace, I was like 22, and proceeded to drive like 2 hours to meet her. She lived with her parents, so we basically messed around in my truck in the woods. In June. In Texas. I was covered in sweat and mosquito bites. Turns out she was a squirter, so my truck smelled like poon for 2 months. Ugh, not me but a friend, legitimately. I get a call at 10 p.m, hey, I need your bathroom, I'm gonna make an adult video. I'll be there in 5 minutes. I thought about it, and decided arguing a demand like that was pointless. I said, fine, just make sure you're out by 10:30 and clean the tub. Needless to say, meth was very likely involved, shower was clean as a whistle and the adult video was done at 10:30. I didn't hear a peep and didn't see a face. Grew up pretty poor. Family bought a cantaloupe for a treat. They went out for a few hours, so I microwaved and used the cantaloupe with my willy. Drilled a hole in the side and jammed her in. Felt amazing. Great relief. I cut it up and skinned the ring so it looked like I ate it and threw all the melon guts in the woods. They never knew I humiliated a cantaloupe, but they were some pissed thinking I ate the whole thing alone. 13 years old. Dug a willy-size hole in the ground. Filled it with packing grease. Had fun with it. A guy I had been talking to here and there wanted to come by my job at the time to bring me Starbucks. I was really horny and wanted to skip all the getting to know you stuff, so I had him come by my work one day. I was 18 and at my first MW job, I told my dad I'd be working late, not true. I was clocked out and went to his car in the parking lot. He went to the other side of the lot of the big shopping center I worked at and we were making out, all up on each other, and I gave him head until he came. He didn't have anything in his car for me to clean up what I didn't swallow, since he did a big load, so I had to use my Taco Bell apron to clean it up. I then had him drop me back off at my work so I could use the bathroom to finish cleaning up. One of my coworkers noticed I had come back after an hour of me being clocked out and just looked confused. Just a few. Pleasured myself under the covers in boot camp because of lack of privacy, Marines. Got pleasured off by an old lady in Japan. Left my roommate at the club to watch adult videos on his laptop since I didn't have one, he walked in on me, lol. I hadn't had fun times in a year, and I had only done it in a relationship. I got drunk and was complaining to my friends who are a couple and said something along the lines of, you can't just ask someone to have fun times with you, to which they said yes the hell you can. So I texted a guy who had been in my DMs and long story short I took his virginity on the roof of his car in the middle of a field. Fun times in the Wiener department store dressing room. Fun times in the church balcony. Fun times in another Wiener department store dressing room. Don't know how to prioritize these. Friend at work, she was laughing when she looked over at my computer and saw me looking at the building plans, because she asked me where in the office we could relax. Fortunately, our office buildings have a lot of showers. My GF, now wife, myself, and my friend we'll call Jim went over to my GF's friend, Sarah's house. Sarah was, for lack of a better word, promiscuous. She was bi, liked spontaneous hookups, and, I soon found out LOL, had the hots for her friend, my GF, for a long time. We smoked and drank there, and about an hour after we arrived we were all in the living room and I just started messing with my GF. Took her shirt off, literally got her naked. Claudia looked over, saw what was happening and just stripped. The most excited I've ever seen someone. So Jim had fun with her, I had fun with my GF and Sarah had fun with everybody. It's the first time I ever had two girls give me a BJ at the same time and I have to say it is everything you think it is in your head and more. Took an Uber at 1 a.m. from a perfectly good hotel room to a different hotel an hour away, paid double rate for a room for just a few hours, and an Uber ride back in big city rush hour traffic. He was worth it. My girlfriend at the time and I had fun on more than one occasion at my work office. My boss usually only pops in a couple times a day in brief increments, and there weren't any cameras, so we went for it. Never been caught. Had fun times on the front lawn of the governor's house in Annapolis, Maryland. Threesomes, foursomes. Pleased myself in my car while driving, maybe, and I'm female. Made out and went to third base with a bisexual guy in a wine cheese cracker joint on DuPont Circle in Washington, D.C. So hot. I've said too much already. Another time I was tongued down and fingered by a naval officer in a coat closet at an officer's banquet, and I'm somewhat of a prude now. Please continue with your regularly scheduled program. Bipolar with fun time issues. Some memorable moments were meeting up with a man in his late 20s when I was 15. He drove me to the woods and had fun times on a mattress. That could have ended bad. Another time I had 3 separate fun partners in 24 hours. One of them had fun times with me unprotected, second one was meth, third one was also first guy. He just grabbed my arm and shoved it up his butt. Wish I was a Virginia. Cream pied my ex while super drunk, though I knew she wasn't protected. We were long finished by then, and I'd always pulled out like a gentleman while we were together. But damn, it felt good to let loose inside. I'll always remember that moment. She didn't get prego anyway. Had fun times with various dudes, one-night stands, orgy, almost made it online with an unclothed drag queen but the partner was a lawyer and said no, visited a gay bathhouse, mostly the random partners thing was crazy and really unsafe at times. Etc. With my now husband, when we were walking in the evening we came into the yard of a kindergarten. There are no kids or teachers on the weekend and at this time of day. I was sitting, he stood near, he started telling me that he used to go there as a kid, but I was tipsy, pulled his pants down and, YK. And he used to climb to the second floor balcony of my campus building to stay the night, cause the visitations weren't allowed at night. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell. And, if you want, go watch another video of mine. I try and post every week. Thank you for watching.